say record.
Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome into Wildcast Studios on Rogers TV for another episode of the longest running Platinum Award winning QMJHL podcast, the Wildcast Podcast. We are your unofficial voice of the reigning 2025 Gilles Couture Trophy champion Moncton Wildcats, and we are presented by Discount Flooring Service, a division of Fabulous Flooring, home to the largest variety of high-end current, discontinued lines in hardwood, ceramic vinyl, laminate flooring, luxury model tiles, and blinds for immediate purchase. Find them at 320 Collishaw Street in Moncton, or give them a call at 859-9909. As always, fan listeners, I am your host, Adam Lund. I am joined by your favorite co-hoster, Mr. YQM, Mr. Bubbly, Mr. Gold DoorDash driver at your service, and Elliot Friedman's favorite, Mr. Jeremy Boucher. You dug out, did you?
Yeah, that was quite the
Wasn't that the snow we were supposed to get 2 weeks ago when I went to Alberta?
Yeah, that was I don't remember digging out like that last year, so I think this is probably the the best, I don't call it best storm, worst storm. I'll say best storm. The best storm we've had in at least a couple of years.
At least three, because we haven't had one like that since we moved into this house.
Okay.
We had one at Dominion like that where we actually got sent home at 3 o'clock and had to dig out and blah blah blah. But yeah, I started to dig out. I couldn't even open my front door because my door swings out.
Yeah.
So I had to go out the back, down the steps, walk through all the snow, and then started shoveling and went, no, I'm good. Flagged down a guy driving a tractor, got it nice and cleared so you could make your way over here. But good Lord, that was a lot of snow and quickly.
Yeah, it was. They said 27 centimeters, but it feels like a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But no, dug out. I think the plow had to do my driveway 3 times before I could even get my car out. Yeah, so no, had a nice shoveled a nice pathway from the driveway to the back door, and then the wife decided to shovel some snow off the back deck, which then accumulated onto my path that I had made to the back door. So had to shovel again. Thank you, Megan. Thank you for making me do double the work. Yeah, good to go.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'd call it, fun. I will say though, luckily, the weather, the crappiest weather that we have had, it's picked the right moments to show up. Like when Hockey Day in Canada was here, it was beautiful weather. And then
nice.
The next weekend was minus 40.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, decent weather.
No hockey games.
2 days later, crap and no hockey games. Yeah. So I feel bad for the people in Halifax though, because Offspring played Monday night. They canceled the show Tuesday night.
Yeah, they
I thought they might postpone it because that was the last. Halifax's was the last show of the.
I don't really feel like going out in this weather.
Yeah,
to go through the Offspring, so I passed on that. But
it wasn't just the weather. I got no problem paying $69 for a ticket.
Yeah,
the problem is when the fees are 1/3 of that.
Yeah,
and they're $23, and now I'm paying $99. No disrespect to Offspring, but I'm not paying $100 for you.
No, the fees are what get you.
Yeah,
and that's why when we went to when the Arkells were in town, a couple of years ago, it was probably the best price ticket. I think it was only $40, and there was maybe $5 in fees.
Yeah,
so I don't know, but that was a good show. I love the Arkells, and we need more events at the Avenir Center.
Yeah. We do. And like I've said, if they can go to Bangor, Maine, they can slide up here. But again, it's the tale as old as time. We're going on a North American tour. Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, Montreal.
Or Pitbull in its North American tour. And the only stop is Toronto.
Yeah. So that's the other issue. It sucks that way. I said to Cody when I was finding out that the tickets were $99, I was like, I'm so glad I'm old and I lived in Calgary. And I was able to see the shows when Ticketmaster wasn't the scum of the earth, and I could pick and now I can pick and choose. Imagine Dragons, yes, I will pay the Ticketmaster fees for that.
Yep.
Offspring, no, I don't need to. Creed, no, I don't need to. Well, I saw them in Florida, but I don't need to pay for that. It's so much nicer to be able to pick and choose what kind of concerts I have. Our good buddy Andrew on Twitter, not Drew Bear. Andrew 14. He had a quick question, but we have a different quick question. So we'll quickly go over it because we were going to talk about it last week, but we pushed it a week. The men's Olympic hockey tournament is over. I guess which Q alumni do you feel made the biggest impact through the event, but also just your thoughts on hockey in the Olympics as we come away with a silver in both men's and women's?
I thought it was great. I thought the best on best is it's what we've been waiting for.
Oh my god!
It was absolutely unbelievable. The hockey was amazing. The results, obviously not what we wanted as a country here, but in terms of a Q alum that had was it biggest impact?
Yeah.
Or I was not prepared for this one.
I mean, you gotta go Nathan McKinnon.
I might go a little off the board.
Yeah.
I'll go with Slovakian goalie Samuel Halavai.
Yeah. I almost completely forgot about him.
Yeah. It's funny. I think he's only in his second year of professional hockey, and got them all the way to the bronze medal game. He was lights out. Ran into a tough Finland,
in the bronze Finland
team in the bronze medal. So could have went either way. I think it was that one game against the US, the semifinals, where his numbers got a little elevated.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was lights out. And aside from Slavkovsky, probably a big reason why Slovakia made it as far as they did.
I'm so torn on the NHLers. Like, I love having them there. The hockey was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I also don't agree with professional athletes like that in the summer. And like the NBA, the MLB now is going to be in there. The NHL, like I don't like it. But then I watch the hockey and I'm like, yep, that's what I waited for.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly like you got to see best on best. Q alumni. I mean, no bigger impact than Nathan McKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
He misses the 1,000 times he has that shot. He's going to put it in 999 times.
Yep.
I saw a post, I think it was on Instagram, and it was that picture of the shot where he misses, and it's very light, a picture of Johnny Gaudreau in a UNS jersey with a stick like that, like the ghost of Johnny blocking it out. I was like, that could do it. But no, I hate the Americans. I hate all of them except the ones that play for the Moncton Wildcats. I don't like any of those players on that team, and I was tired of the narrative the next day of we should have brought this guy, we should have brought this guy, we should have brought this guy. I was on that. I don't like Binnington. I never have. I didn't think he should be the goaltender on record. He made big saves in the Czech game. He made big saves in the Finnish game. A puck along the ice probably shouldn't get past him, but if they win the gold medal, that narrative of they should have brought Boucher, they should have brought Hyman, they should have not taken Seth Jarvis, they should have taken a different goaltender. That's not the narrative. They should have taken Bedard. Like, I didn't enjoy that narrative. I was part of it early on, but once the team was picked, that's who we were going with.
Yeah.
You weren't not cheering for him because Bedard wasn't there. And if you were, I don't know. Should you give back your, never mind. But Halavai was like, hey, I know that guy. He played came out of nowhere, like just like in this tournament against for Sherbrooke, right? Yeah. So
and Antoine Keller was France's goalie who played for Bathurst. Like, it was you look at some of these names and you're like,
I know him. I followed him. We talked about him. But yeah, I know it was a fantastic tournament. It sucks that both the men and the women lost. But that post-Olympic, nothing on TV. I went to work Monday and I was just like,
right now,
what do we watch?
Yeah, like I was on vacation last week and I was up every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. just nonstop Olympics on TV. And now it's like Sunday night I went to bed at 8 o'clock. Monday night I went to bed at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock I'm still going to be here, but I'm starting to catch up on sleep. Yeah. Now that I'm not awake for 16 hours a day watching the Olympics. So
and it's always good to be every 4 years. I'm a ski mountaineer expert.
Yeah.
I'm a figure, like, it didn't matter what the event was on, which, by the way, we'll get to hockey here in a minute. Did you watch the ski mountaineering event?
Is that the one where they like have to run up a hill?
They run up a hill on skis around a diamond shape.
Oh yes, yeah.
Then they take their skis off just for fun. They run upstairs.
Yeah.
Put their skis back on, ski a little bit higher,
Yeah.
and then take off a skin so that they don't fall backwards, so they can run in the snow. And then they ski downhill. I'm like, who gets up and goes, you know what event I want to do? I want to run up that mountain. That's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, there was a few activities that I didn't know were in the Winter Olympics. So
doubles luge.
Quite something.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
I just the memes that come out of this Olympics where it was like Summer Olympics, run from there to there. Winter Olympics, get on that piece of wood, fly down the sheet of ice as fast as you can head first. First guy wins. Like it just. But Courtney Serow
stole the show.
Yeah,
Serow stole the show.
The ice got her in that semifinal. Oh man.
My heart broke when I saw that, and it was like,
I was hoping they were going to redo it because 7 of the 8 women fell.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, if they're all falling because of the ice.
Yeah. But it's a schedule. You got to follow the schedule. It sucked, but hey, still 4 medals at the Olympics is nothing to be ashamed about. And like she's going to get her day. I know the city's already planning something. And I'm sure the Wildcats will have her in for game 2. So looking forward to that.
All right. Thanks, Andrew, for that question. And as always, don't forget you can follow us on the social medias, Twitter, Moncton Wildcast, Instagram, Wildcast Podcast, TikTok, Wildcast Podcast as well. Here on the YouTube, don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button. Lets us know you like what we're doing and you don't miss any of the episodes and or podcast post games coming up in the final month of the season as we get set into the playoffs.
Return of the Roar.
Repeat the Roar.
Is it repeat or return?
I think it's repeat.
I think it's return.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, we got a quick question presented by Waterworks Pools and Spas, providing Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pool, spa service, and supplies since 1986. If you're looking for a new spa service or maintenance by their trained technicians or getting your pool water from green to clear. Repeat the Roar? Okay. Yeah. Visit them at 194 Killam Drive or call them at 859-1980. So you sent this to me, Instagram. QMJHL News had a post on IG. Basically building a 3-on-3 team. We're going to put it up on the screen here for you guys to look at. You get 1 centerman, 1 winger, 1 defense, and 1 goaltender. You have $11 to build it. Okay. Now we are going to have it on. We're going to share it on our Instagram later today, so you guys can let us know what you like. You can also comment on the YouTube here. But you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. I'm going to build from the back end out. I'm going to go with Rudy.
Okay.
So that's $5. Then I'm going to go with Golich for $8. And then I'm going to go with Sean Carrier for $2. And then L'Italien from Cape Breton for $1 for my $11 in my 3-on-3.
Nice. Okay. Oh, geez.
The $11 makes it really tough.
Yeah. If it was 12, I'd know exactly where I was going right now.
Yeah. If it was 15, me too.
So I don't think I can go without Caleb.
Yeah.
So I'll take Caleb as my center for $5. I will take Goslin. I'm trying to think. Shikudimi. Yeah. I think I have to load up here. I'm gonna go Caleb as my center. Carrier is my winger just because of the chemistry.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Goslin as my D. That's 9, and Connor Toll as my goalie. I think that's just a flat out flying.
Yeah.
And Toll, he's not like he's stolen a lot of games for Cape Breton, so I don't think in this situation you need to go with a big name goalie. So
yeah,
I'll go Desi, Carrier, Goslin, and Toll.
It's a fun exercise too, because it doesn't matter who you pick. Like, do you want to load up on forwards or do you want to load up on the back end, right? Like, and the $11 is what makes it really tough.
Yeah. If it was 12, I'm going Desi, Carrier, Golicic, and Toll.
Yeah.
But no, the 11 is tough. I like this one.
Couldn't pick your cousin, Cousin Boucher.
No.
When you went Desi and then Carrier, I was like, oh, he's going Golich and Boucher.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, you know what, Gosselin he's having a year, so I'll stick that.
Thanks again to you for sending that in.
The champ is here.
And QMJHL News on Instagram for having that. We will share that later today, and you guys can let us know what your picks would be, or you can go to QMJHL News and comment on his Instagram as well. All right, let's get some news and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue is presented by Speedy Auto Service in Moncton on Mountain Road. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, the team at Speedy keeps you safe and back on the road fast. And as the spring tire season comes here, now is the perfect time to pre-book your tire swap for a chance to win 2 tickets to the Armada and the Wildcats on March 6th. As well, you can get a great deal on new tires, locally owned, trusted by Moncton drivers.
Sorry. Yes, can't confirm. I need an oil change too, so gotta get going.
There you go. And proud to deliver honest service every time. Visit Speedy Moncton at 905 Mountain Road or call them at 506-857-2282, where great people provide a great service. The CHL USA Prospects Challenge is coming to the Q next season. Some of the reports out there is going to be in Quebec at the Videotron Center and Chicoutimi at the George Vezina on the big ice. That one's interesting. It's good to see them getting a high marquee event and not being punished because they have the big ice.
And let's be honest, Chicoutimi is not going to be very good next year.
Yeah.
Having an event like that, do
you think that's a precursor to test things out to give the Memorial Cup down the road? See how it looks on camera. See how teams with the big ice.
See, I've never been to Chicoutimi, so I can't speak for what they would be able to do from a hospitality/hotel standpoint and a fan fest.
Yeah.
But I mean, we know what Moncton will be capable of. We know what Quebec is capable of. We know what Halifax is capable of. So, Chicoutimi would be look, after this season, they're probably 8 years away from being able to host a Memorial Cup. So, we'll leave it to them to decide when they think it's best for them to maybe contend again.
Yeah, absolutely. The QMJHL Hall of Fame class for 2026 was announced. Donald Audette, David Alexander Beauregard, some goaltender from Cape Breton, Marc-Andre Fleury. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Jean-Marc Richard and Jacques Tanguay. David Alexander Beauregard was a Moncton Alpine. Do you remember anything about him as a Moncton Alpine? Yeah,
played one season. I remember that. He is, I shouldn't say famously known, but unfortunately lost all sight in his left eye after a high stick. And he's also featured in the Netflix Crime and Punishment documentary about the Danbury Trashers.
Oh, really?
Along with same as Jacob Winfield's father. So interesting little Moncton connection that you wouldn't you would never think. So but you would never think that two former Danbury Trashers would have a Moncton connection. Let's put it that way.
And I'm reading here as you were saying that lost his left eye, hit by a stick, and returned 3 months later to the Q.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Obviously Marc-Andre Fleury, Cape Breton Eagle, drafted first overall by the Penguins. You know what he's done. So pretty good class. Pretty good class. Congratulations to all the nominees. And that is on Wednesday, September 16 at Quebec City's Theatre Capitale. All right. The QMJHL team of the week. What do we got here? Yeah, we're gonna get to yours here fairly shortly.
I got my readout ready.
Holy
Mooseheads!
I know, that's what I thought too. I was like, "What? The Mooseheads week? Like that's good." I mean, when you go into Gatineau and you can beat up on them. Louis Felix Bourque from Drummondville, 4 goals, 5 assists in 3 games. Sean Carrier from the Mooseheads, 4 goals and 5 assists in 4 games. Oleg Kubliakin, 3 goals, 6 assists in 4 games. Owen Phillips from the Mooseheads, 2 goals, 6 assists. Spencer Gill in his return to the Q for the Armada, 1 goal and 4 assists. And Donald Hickey, 3-0 and 943 save percentage of 1.62 and 2 shutouts. Of course, one of those was against us, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. And he is the player of the week, as I said, a 3-0 record, 943 save percentage, and a 1.62 goals against average, and 2 shutouts.
Just rubbing it in.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but he was very good for them. Everyone's second favorite part of the show. You ready?
Oui.
It's now time for the one and only Boucher's Team of the Week.
And as per usual, the Boucher Team of the Week is sponsored by the Hub City Driving School, where excellence meets experience on the road to safe, confident driving. Whether you are a new driver getting behind the wheel for the first time or looking to refine your skills, the Hub City Driving School is committed to guiding you every step of the way. Because driving is a privilege and not a right. You can learn more at the hubcitydrivingschool.com. Sorry, not the, it's just hubcitydrivingschool.com. I didn't realize that I have 3 players from the Q Team of the Week. That's also on mine. So that's
see, when you lose sleep on the Olympics, and you're trying to catch up.
That's a miss on my part here, folks. And I'm going to start off with Ilya Kolmakov, no relation to Brooklyn Kalmakov.
Okay, different.
Sherbrooke's Russian import had a 6-point game against St. John, 3 goals and 3 assists, and that's it. He didn't have any other points. He just had a 6-point game.
That'll work.
Yeah. Justin LaRose, our favorite player, one of our many favorite players in the league here. He is the new record holder for most points in a season by a QMJHL player in Newfoundland, surpassing former Wildcat Wes Welcher, who had 76 points with the Fog Devils in the 2006-2007 season.
Nice.
Justin LaRose has 77 points now.
Oh, nice.
And my third forward is Renaud Poulin, definitely a hockey name.
Yeah.
6 points in 3 games, all assists. Time to light the lamp. And I'm actually going to make a change here. I'm going to change on the fly.
Okay.
Just so I don't have 3.
Yeah.
I have Spencer Gill, recently returned to the lineup after being injured in early October. 2nd season in a row with an unfortunate injury.
Yeah. At least this one he gets to play the seat. Not at the end, right?
Yeah. 5 points in 3 games, including 1 goal and 3 assists against Gatineau. Halifax, Owen Phillips. Halifax played 4 games last week. I guess, including the Family Day game. 8 points in 4 games. I did have Donald Hickey here. I also have the first goaltender to shut out the Wildcats since the 2024 playoffs. I'm going to cut him, and I'm going to add Jacoby Weiner.
Because it's your list.
Not allowing a single goal in 2 games.
And we're just going to leave it at that. You figure it out.
Weekly Rewind.
Nailed it.
Beauty.
Absolutely nailed it.
And the Wildcast, the weekly review, Weekly Rewind is presented by Alphas Appliance Solutions. They've got the KitchenAid Red Hot Savings Event. Save $600 when you purchase 3, $800 when you purchase 4, or save $1,200 when you purchase 5.
We lose 2 games and we're all messed up here. We're everything is
on
off,
major kitchen appliances. Qualifying purchases made from now till February 25th. For those and any other deals, give them a call 858-5111 or visit them at 25 Halifax Street or go online to alphaappliancesolutions.ca. And as Jeremy said, you lose 2. They hit some adversity over the weekend, losing both, bringing the record to 49-2-2 for 84 points on the season, dropping them to 2nd place in the Eastern Conference and in the Q, which if the season ended today would give us now a first-round matchup with the Halifax Mooseheads.
Love it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Friday. Good news. They came back twice to tie that hockey game. Got a point. Bad news, the streak was snapped at 12 games as they lost 6-5 in a skills competition. As I said Hickey was the goaltender of the week. He was very good in this one. I think he had 2 or 3 cross-crease diving saves. It could have easily been 3-1 for the Wildcats after 20 minutes. I think Nico hit a post. I think Binkley hit a crossbar. It just looked like they just weren't.
They weren't there.
They weren't there. They weren't a unit like they usually are. Look, Ryabkin is changing that Islanders team. He's very good on that team. He's one of those players where he hits like a Mack truck. he knows when he's going to do it. You need to know when he's on the ice. Yeah. He had a hit against Blyle. He had a hit against, I think it was Binkley, on Saturday. Like, he's changing that team. Like, that power play is now pretty lethal. Mm-hmm. But they just looked disconnected, and good on them for fighting back to get a point in overtime.
Yeah, and it wasn't the best effort. Like, it was if this team scores 5 goals, 99% of the time they're winning a game.
Yeah.
So they didn't have their best defensive game at all. But you also knew that Charlottetown was going to come out hard, because last time we were in Charlottetown, we put it to them.
Yeah.
We lit them up for 10 goals, and Hickey was in net for all 10. So, you knew Charlottetown was going to come back, and you also knew Donald Hickey was going to come back, and he came back. Mm-hmm. He was on the top of his game, and I know we had can't remember if it was Seth or if it was Drew who said that Hickey was the best goalie in the Maritime Division. Seth. Look, I'm not going to agree with him.
No.
But Donald Hickey showed why he can be one of the best goalies in the Atlantic Division, whatever.
Yeah.
This Maritimes.
Yeah.
Atlantics of all the Atlantic teams. So, it was not their best game. It was, like I said, if they score 5 goals, 99% of the time they're going to win the game, and they didn't. They're fortunate to have gotten a point or getting to regulation. Mm-hmm. They had to battle back and get it to overtime. So it was wasn't exactly a fun night as a fan to sit in front of your computer with a drink in your hand and watch that effort. You always want to have a little celebratory drink after a game. But no, this one kind of put me in a foul mood on a Friday night. Let's put it that way.
And again, 5 goals. You go 2 for 4 in the power play. They're winning hockey games. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't to be. It's one of those few, like, that's back-to-back games up until then that Charlottetown had outshot us. One of the games we won 10-4. One of the games we lost 6-5 in a skills competition. So it's and I don't know if it's Veronin and Walnius is that's now showing, and Teddy Mutrin out again.
Right? Like, are those guys, yes, they're good players, but are they that meaningful to the team?
But they're aces in places.
Yeah.
And they allow aces in places to have the effect and maybe not roll and play as much as some guys are getting to play. And then you get into Saturday, a 4 p.m. start. I don't know why. I didn't hate it, other than the fact that I was like, I don't really want to go to 4, but I was glad to be home by 6:37. I don't know if it was for the skate for Tate so they could get ready in the evening instead of like at midnight kind of thing, or Olympics related. But again, the Wildcats get outshot 29-25. So that's 3 straight games. Moncton outshot them in this one. Never mind. Boring game. Like, there wasn't, I don't know if it's because both teams played at 7 and came over and both teams were playing at 4. It was just like, it was like they were skating through mud for the first 40 minutes. Charlottetown gets a 2-0 victory. Donald Hickey again shows why he continues to be out there for the Islanders. Like, he is a good goaltender when he's on. He's very tough to stop. He's, what's the word I'm looking for? Not wild in the net, but he's kind of unconventional. Like, he does play a butterfly style, but then he's flopping over here and he's making a save over here and he's kicking a lag out. And I was down in the ice bar, and there was probably 4 or 5 chances that were inside the blue paint that just didn't cross the line, and would have been a different outcome. But I think that was the first time they'd been shut out at home in the McDougall era.
Yeah.
And actually, the last time they were shut out at home was November 26, 2023.
Wow. Yeah, that's
and that was crazy. A 4-0 loss to Halifax.
Jeez. They got goalied.
Oh, 100%.
They got goalied 100%. This game. That was, aside from the Connor Hellebuck performance in the gold medal game at the Olympics, probably one of the better goaltending performances that I've seen in quite a while. It was he made some 10-bell saves, and he did his thing. He at the end when the final buzzer hit, he tipped the net down.
Yeah.
And when you do that at the Avenir Center as a visiting goaltender, you have every right to do that.
Considering no one's done it in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's it. It was. I'm not upset with how they played, but it just shows. Like when you take a Teddy Mutrin and a Kuzman Voronin and Eric Wallenius out of the lineup. Missing anybody?
No, those are the main three.
Yeah. Like it just shows like what, I think if a Wallenius was in the lineup for these 2 games and had a chance to maybe go 1-on-1 against Ryabkin, I think maybe we get a different we're talking about something different here. But it was just a unfortunate penalty in the latter half of the third period that cost them, and that's sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's
actually I thought they were better on Saturday than they were Friday.
100%. Like they were
the game wasn't great. Like both teams were kind of skating in mud. I guess it was kind of. I guess when you're coming off 10-4, you're coming off a 6-5 where it's a bunch of goals. You assume both teams the next night are just going to do the same thing, and it just kind of both teams were kind of playing road games where they didn't want to give up too much. But yeah, I mean, Charlottetown did a good job of clogging the neutral zone, and when you don't have a Verona going down the wing with his speed, and you don't have a Teddy Mutrin going up the middle with his ability to get inside the zone and make plays happen, and we're not making excuses. Injuries happen, but it seems like they've been gone for 3 games now, and you kind of are starting to see the effect. I would imagine all 3 guys are on the road trip. I know that Veronin, I don't think, can play any of the games on the road trip. I think that was 2 of 5 for him. That was 3 of 5. So he's back. He can be back against Gatineau.
Yeah.
But again, the other guys, you don't know. And I'd rather sit them out until they're 100% now than try to rush them back with a month left. And, we saw that last year with they didn't rush Desi back, but you saw like he wasn't 100% through the playoffs and into the tournament we want to get to. So I'd rather have guys kind of making sure they're 100% now than worry about anything happening down the road. And I think the worst part about these 2 losses, obviously, is now we're not sitting in first place. And it's going to be a bit tougher to kind of catch Chicoutimi. Now they're only 1 point ahead. We're not going to go through each individual schedule, but this week coming up, we've got Val-d'Or, Rouyn-Noranda, and Gatineau. They've got Chicoutimi. They've got Sherbrooke, Drummondville, and Rimouski. So they get 2 more games against Rimouski. So that's 4 points there easily. But I mean, they've got Gatineau, they've got Victoriaville, they got 1 more against Shawinigan, and another one against Sherbrooke, and then they end the year with Quebec. So yeah, they got the Islanders in there as well. So on paper, we have a little bit of a tougher stretch. We don't get 2 games against Rimouski, unfortunately. We got 2 more against Charlottetown, 2 more against Newfoundland, Cape Breton, Blainville, the 2 against Cape Breton. So it's going to be a tougher stretch to maybe catch Chicoutimi. And, I saw it on the boards. It becomes a tougher road to the finals if all the seeds win. So right now we're playing Halifax. Well, that's going to be a tough series physically because they're going to want to play really physical against us. They've showed it in all the games. Then if all the top seeds win, well, now we're either playing Shawinigan or Newfoundland. We have home ice. Then in the third round, if Blainville gets there, you've got Blainville. Yes, we have home ice advantage. I still don't think we should. I think if you're taking away the divisions, conferences should matter. So if Blainville earns their conference, they should earn home ice in that third round. I've said that from the beginning, and now that we're in that situation, I'm still going to say that because I'm not going to back out of it. But then you've got Blainville, and then if you get through them, you get Chicoutimi. So the road becomes a little tougher, but I still trust this team and to figure this thing out. And this 1 point in 4 is not going to sink them. The wheels are not falling off. This is. I asked Coach Tam about this. Like, you win 12 in a row, now you've lost 2. Does this adversity help you in being able to kind of reset your mindset on, hey, we're in playoff style in hockey now? Like, that was 2 playoff games that we just saw.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? The way it works right now, like Charlottetown, they're probably going to finish in the 4th seed and in this conference, which is probably going to give them either the Eagles or the Ramparts in the first round. And let's be honest, they're going to win that series. If Charlottetown plays the way they did against us in a 7-game series, they're going to win that. They're going to win that series.
Yeah.
Do I think we're? You know what? It's funny because suddenly the Wildcats lose 2 games. We're a point behind Chicoutimi, and we see the Quebec media. The Wildcats are imploding.
Yeah.
Right? We saw Lancet come up with an article today about how the Wildcats are imploding and Chicoutimi's catching fire at the right time. Because suddenly, Chicoutimi's in first overall in the league.
Yeah.
So they're going to start getting all this attention. I actually don't mind Chicoutimi getting a team like Charlottetown in the second round.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
If you have a game changer like Ryabkin,
yeah,
who could potentially take over that series, I like that matchup. Look, I know we're getting a little...
They wouldn't have seen him.
Well, that's it.
They're going to see him once in the final month, but they haven't. The Charlottetown team they played is a completely different team. Yeah. And you saw it, the 4 games we played against Charlottetown, and these 2 completely different Charlottetown team.
Yeah. And I don't want to look. I'm not going to start looking past Halifax at this point. So I'm not even going to say what I was just going to say. But I think, you know what? If we finish 2nd overall in the league, I'm not upset.
Yeah.
Because look, we weren't supposed to be where we are.
No.
We were supposed to be this rebuilding team, right? This rebuilding team with no veteran experience. You know what? 16 guys lost from that season from last year, and it's just been a fun year, and so I don't want to look past. I would look forward to a series against Halifax. I think that would be absolutely amazing. It would be a fun series. The rivalry is there. It's always chippy on the ice. But just getting back to those games against Charlottetown, I want to. We mentioned it before that our depth have won us games. But then you go into Charlottetown on Friday night, you dress Jacob Wingfield, but he doesn't get a single shift. So you're essentially playing 11 forwards and 60.
Yeah.
That was annoying to me because you could have slotted somebody into that lineup, into his spot that would get a regular shift who could have contributed off the bench. But then suddenly you're almost putting yourself at a disadvantage by not playing him at all. And I know you mentioned it to me on our chat. Maybe they did that just for a player like Ross Campbell to be more
just his presence
cautious, right?
Yeah.
But like I would rather somebody play than have someone glued to the bench. And then we go in the next day and we play 11-7.
Yeah.
And see, there's little things that I'm not trying to critique Coach Mack because what an idiotic thing that would be.
Yeah.
But if you're hurting and you've got 2 of your top 6 forwards out of the lineup, and let's just put it this way, Liam Bursaw has been an absolute godsend to what he's been able to do on the ice so far. And whether he's playing 4th line or 3rd line, an absolute godsend right now. But I think you really need to, if you've got 12 healthy forwards, play your 12 healthy forwards. Yeah. Don't have 11 healthy forwards and 1 sitting on the bench. It doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying that's a reason why we lost this game, but when you've got someone healthy like Spencer Thornborough or Jacob Wingfield, play these guys. Don't have them sit as a healthy scratch when you need a spot in the lineup filled.
And it doesn't have to be a spot where they're playing with like 3 minutes left in the third period because they're rested. Like, get them some shifts in the first so that guys aren't double shifting. So that
that's it. You're double shifting Dienvoye.
Yeah.
And you're just tiring him out.
Or you're double. Yeah, exactly. And, we saw it last year with Binkley.
Mm-hmm.
He would play a shift in the first 30 seconds or a 30-second shift in the first few minutes, and then we wouldn't see him. Or, the fourth line, if something happened, they wouldn't get another situation later in the game. So then you're kind of hamstrung, or it's guys he trusts. And I get that, but yeah, it's a little odd to have him on there. I think Vicky said that he got a 30-second shift early in the game, but he's a player. Like, you brought him in. Taylor brought him in for his ability to skate, be physical. That's exactly what that series was, or those 2 games were heavy physical hockey. And so, it did suck. I totally thought he was going to be in, like, I was pumped on Saturday when I saw the lineup, and you see the extra forward and you're like, okay, he's probably going to be the healthy scratch. And then you see the lineup and he is the extra forward. I'm like, let's go. Like, and I don't remember seeing him at all. And then poor Marty said he was making his debut, and then he wasn't even in the lineup. So yeah, it's one of those situations where, like, when you got healthy guys, you want to see them get ice time, and maybe they're bringing him along slowly so that near the end of the year he can get in and get regular shifts. And again, we saw this with Binkley last year, so it is what it is. And again, we're not criticizing the head coach because he's the coach of the year in the CHL. He won a championship for us, so he knows what he's doing. It just, we get to have opinions.
I had no idea that he played I had no idea he played a 30-second shift.
No.
Right? I was going to come over here on this show and say, the first time he gets a shift, he's going to score. Like, I can I'm sensing it that as soon as he steps on the ice, he's going to score a goal.
Yeah. My favorite thing though is now when a player doesn't get played on Facebook, it's free whoever.
Yeah.
That you started.
Oh yeah.
It's free whoever. One of our longtime listeners, Shavy Wavy, was talking to me he's on the Instagram lives every now and then. He was asking me about our road record and if it's the best in the CHL. So I said, well, I'm not sure, but I'll go back and look. So we're 21-2, 1-2, which Everett who's the number 1 team in the CHL. They're 23-4. Barry's 21-5, and Flint is 20-7. So yes, we are the best team in the CHL on the road, which also makes me feel good if we have to start a series in Chicoutimi, because you just got to steal one.
Yeah.
Again, we have a month to go for the season, so we got a long way to go before we get there. But this team has shown over and over again that they are very good on the road, and that begins tomorrow night in Val-d'Or, Rennes, Gatineau. I mean, you said it. There's no way they're not sweeping this road trip. Just with those 2 games coming off of those 2 games, there's no way this team is not going to have. It's the longest road trip of the year. It's the last road trip of the year. They're going to be fired up to kind of make this right. They know they're chasing Chicoutimi. Technically, they're 1 point behind. Chicoutimi's not, like, Rimouski is 0-16 right now. So technically right now we're 5 points behind. That's how you have to look at it if you want to catch them. Right now we're not going to have the tiebreaker because that's the regulation overtime wins, and Chicoutimi's at 39, we're at 35. So you almost have to play perfect, and I think that also really kind of scares me on wearing this team down, and like how this team thinks about that in the last month, like trying to catch Chicoutimi. As much as I'd love to, I actually don't care. Just secure second place in the Eastern Conference. Give some guys some time off in that final road trip. Make sure everyone is as close to 100% as healthy, especially the captain. And like we saw what he did last year when he wasn't. Imagine what he's doing if he's full healthy in the playoffs. So that's where I'm at, is just secure a spot so you can give guys some rest if possible. But this road trip, I think we're going to see a Moncton team that is determined to go 3-0.
Oh yeah, we're not usually ones to make predictions, and
not anymore.
If it comes to it next week and we're on the show talking about a loss, well, so be it. But yeah, like I think you're going to see their 3 best games of the season. With this upcoming road trip. They want to make up for 2 losses, and I think it's a perfect time. It's like you said, longest road trip of the season. Probably I wouldn't necessarily call it the toughest road trip of the season, but
I said toughest because of the distance, and it's at the end of the year where usually we get this one in October.
Yeah, so it's
in
usually
the past couple of years we get it over early.
I think they're going to be ready. Everybody's going to be ready for this road trip. I hope the guys are. Don't know if we're going to see Wildcats. I have no idea what his condition is. Same with Moncton. Like we said, I think we're going to have Veronin back on is it Sunday against Gatineau. So if we get Moncton on this road trip, great. If we get Wildcats on this road trip, great. But if not, like it's just that opportunity for a guy like Jackson Batchilder, who I think has played really well with this opportunity to play some more, get some ice time and contribute. Seeing a lot of good things from him, and just a guy that just wants to be around the group and doesn't care if he's sitting in the stands. He just understands his role.
He's not afraid to jump in the play.
Yeah, he could play junior A right this year and be playing every night. But he wants to be on this team and he wants to be part of it. And he's he's relishing his increased role right now with a guy like Wildcats out of the lineup. So if this road trip could give him more opportunity, and I don't want to say it's going to be 3 wins, but I think you'll see, like I said earlier, 3 of their best performances of the season.
Yeah, I believe that too. And you're not getting easy teams on paper. I know Gatineau's got 39 points and they're struggling for a playoff spot, but Val-d'Or's sitting 5th in the league. Rouyn-Noranda's 3rd. They're only 5 points behind Drummondville. So they're a team that, we're getting them on the 2nd game of the back-to-back. So this isn't a road trip where we're going to go in and walk all over them. We're not playing 3 teams in 6, 7, and 8 in the Western Conference. Like, we're playing potential playoff matchups in round 2 and 3. And the Wildcats shared that we beat them earlier in the year, but those were 2 different teams because those were teams before the trade deadline. We were a different team before the trade deadline. So there's an ability here to kind of right the ship. Not that the ship was, sinking or going down as the Quebec media would let you to believe. But I think the best part about taking 2 losses like that is they turn around, they get on a bus and they get away from the city. They get to hang out, be together, kind of have that regroup road trip, with the boys, as they always say, before, 3 weeks left of hockey. So it's a right time to get out, get away from the quote unquote distractions of home life and practice and this and that, and kind of get together and make sure that they can go get 6 points. And that's what everyone's looking for, 6 points. You gotta keep trying to keep pace with Chicoutimi because anything can happen on any night. They have an off night and all of a sudden we're back in first place. So just keep trying to stack up W's.
That's it. I want to touch on one thing about the Islanders and the Saturday game. So we saw that Dylan McKinnon got his ring. This is more of a suggestion. We have a couple of players who will be our next, not the next Thursday against Cape Breton, but next Friday against Blainville. Vinny Collard will be back in town. I know Dylan McKinnon kind of got his ring as an off-ice, presentation
because he got announced as returning to Moncton earlier in the season. So
I wouldn't mind seeing like a pre-game ring presentation for Collard, and then with Cote next time St. John's in town. I think it's just a way for the fans to show them their appreciation again, and it's I don't want to say it would. that's usually it's not usually how it works,
Mhm.
where there's presentations before a game. But I think it would just be more of a nice touch for it to be more fan involvement in in a ceremony like that. So just a suggestion
Yeah.
for anybody who's listening.
And because also too, they're 20-year-olds.
Yep.
So they're not going to play in the league next year. So like you're giving the fans a chance to see them get their ring and acknowledge the fact that, I mean, Collard was here for 2 years.
Yep.
Made a big impact on that MCL line, helped us get past Baie-Comeau. No, wait. He was on Baie-Comeau when we beat them in 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then the next year helped us get past Baie-Comeau. That's, I think of the two, that's the one where maybe a beforehand ceremony, I wouldn't hate to see it because he was here for 2 years. He made an impact, and he's not in the league anymore. And then obviously the St. John one, I can kind of see him going behind the scenes because Cote got acknowledged because he got traded here just before they showed up. So, but either way, I mean, these guys deserve their moment with the ring, and it was good that the Wildcats acknowledged once Wildcat, always Wildcat with Dylan and getting his ring. And good Lord, those things are huge.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to see just the Instagram post of the ring, but then to see it on Dylan McKinnon's finger and we actually got to see it and touch it and look at it, like, good Lord, those things are
massive.
Absolutely beautiful. All right. Yeah. We're ready for everyone's favorite part of the show.
I am, sir.
Let's do it.
Eric Murray, Realtor. Buy your house from him. Stick Tap of the Week.
Thanks, Johnny Rocket. Remember, the Stick Tap of the Week is presented by Eric Murray Realty. Got it.
Love it.
Absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, you did.
I know usually we like to keep it local with this with the Stick Tap of the Week. I am going to go a little non-local, and I'm going to go give the Stick Tap of the Week to the Cape Breton Junior Eagles.
Nice.
The first team from Cape Breton Island to win the Quebec International Pee Wee Tournament. They were coached by Scott Guthrow, who is also the strength coach for the Cape Breton Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They went into Quebec that tournament. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say it's they were in the top division.
Okay.
I think there's a female division, there's an A division, and then there's double A division. So they won the double A division. So I mean, we have somebody who listens to our show that says, you can't win championships with Maritimers because
it's a full team of Maritimers.
The competition in Quebec is just so much better. Well, this team, they had to beat 3 Quebec teams to get to the final.
Oh wow!
So it was. I'm just trying to find their schedule here.
They probably didn't play him, but like Davos, that's coached by Joe Thornton.
Yeah,
Joe Thornton's kid, I think, plays on that team. Like,
so they opened the tournament on the 12th of February, defeating the Noberit Gouverneur 4-1, and they later beat the Saint Hyacinthe Musketeers by a score of 7-5, and then a team from Korea.
Oh wow!
2-1 to secure their spot in the playoff round. In the quarterfinals, they downed the Arizona Bobcats 5-3 before knocking off a team from Romania.
Wow,
2-1 in overtime to punch their ticket to the championship game. It's just
who did they beat in the championship?
Who did they beat in the championship? Good question.
Thanks.
That's they doesn't say.
All right,
but they just won. But they also got wins over Detroit Compuware, Romania again, the Quebec Nord S Frontenac, the Bobcats again. Their only loss came to the New York Islanders. They're the first team from Cape Breton Island to win the Quebec Pee Wee tournament. I think you probably have to put this in the same level of the Cape Breton Islanders winning the TELUS Cup that one year. So it's not often you see a team from Cape Breton winning a tournament like this. But hey, at least a team called the Eagles won a championship.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the Remax Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
I should specify. I'm sure many teams called the Eagles have won a championship, but a team called the Cape Breton Eagles won a championship. So I just wanted to clarify that for a second.
That brings us to the Wildcat of the Week, presented by Rosemary, Lynns Massage and Spa. Right now, they've got the teeth whitening available for booking starting at $85. 3 15-minute sessions are included in that price. Add another 15 minutes for only $20. Don't forget they have the loyalty card. Buy 9 spa services, get 1 free. Call them at 506-830-1224 or stop in at 153 McLeese, as they're now accepting new clients. Well, he played his 150th game in the Q on Saturday, and I was like, should I put that out there? Like, I usually wait for 200 and then 250, but he might not be here for 200 and 250, so you got to acknowledge the 150. He was a second star on Friday in Charlottetown. He's got a point in every game this year, and by this year I mean 2026, but 3. Saturday's game being the third one, which broke his streak. Your Wildcat of the Week is your captain, number 18, Caleb Denway. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for the show.
We're under time this week.
Under time. Like Jeremy said, the playoff tickets are, repeat the roar. Playoff packages are now on sale. There's 5 home games left as we march to the playoffs. I'm assuming repeat the roar is their hashtag for the playoffs.
It sounds like it is.
Would make sense. Could be worse, I guess. But yeah, they've got the playoff pricing. The total price for reserve season seat holders, as well as the 16-pack seat holders. I think my favorite part about the fact that there's playoff seats, other than the fact that there's playoff seats announced before the middle of March, they listened. I've been on this horse for 3 years, maybe 4, ever since the Avenir Center come out, probably. There were too many zones. The pricing in 113 on the end of the row was like $200 less than the one in 114, and it's the same view. They've now rezoned the Avenir Center. There's the end zone, which is where's my button here? 109 to 112 around the Moose Bar, 120 to 101, and then everything else on the behind the benches is the center zone, and then you've got the club seats. So it's 3 simple zones. You don't have to worry about anything. Get your playoff tickets. Like, let's not wait for the third round. And I know these next 5 games are going to be probably filled to the rafters because that's everybody's exchanging their tickets. March break. Everybody's buying things. Get deals out for March break, Wildcats. But let's get some playoff atmosphere in that first round. We saw what can happen in the third round and in the finals. And actually, if you go back, I can't remember who it was, put a video on YouTube and it was showing the Wildcats playoff run. And he showed the first 2 games against Rwanda. And the rink looked like a January night. Yeah. And I was like, it's a Friday night. Like, it was behind the Rwanda goalie where they have a tough time selling those seats anyways. But let's get some
energy,
some playoff energy in here. Like, I know Jonathan Hicks does whatever he can to try and pump teams up with his words, and we try to do what we can by advertising this thing. But man, like, when that building is full, that building is rocking, and it's a fun atmosphere. We came on how many times during the playoffs and had how much fun?
Yeah, like it was a good run, and
Ref Ken, the diving team
Ken,
now.
Yeah, it's little things like that are will really help the atmosphere going forward. It's I think there's things that need some improvement before we get into the the playoffs here. But look, it's looking forward to another long run.
And I use this when I talk to my wife about buying something. It's never going to be cheaper than it is right now. Your playoff tickets are never going to be cheaper than they are right now. Like, center zone adult, it works out to $25 a game, which means walk-up playoff tickets are probably going to be $27.
Yeah.
It just usually playoff packages work a little bit. If you buy the package, it's a 16-game package. If you get the reserve, like the whole thing, if you don't use it, it transfers to your season seats next year. So they're probably not going to use I would hope they're not going to play 16 playoff games at home, because that means we've gone a long way before we can get to that tournament on the other side of the country. But they're never going to be cheaper than they are right now. So buy them. Mm-hmm. It's a hell of a time. It's a lot of fun. You know what?
Let's get out of here.
We're hoping to line up an absolute beauty of a guest next week. For Jeremy, I'm Adam. See you next.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.